Well, I think he starts to begin to understand the nature of our family, and he begins to see us for who we really are, not for, you know, in a way, the color of our skin. And he, you know, there's a scene with Peter and I where he says, oh, I think I get it now. You guys are really a family, and he sees that he's, in a way, become a part of our family, and that we care about him. And I think Esme is kind of hard to resist. I mean, she's just so good and loving and, you know, wants to take care of everybody, although Leah is a little resistant.
Question in the back. Considering how ardent the fan base is for the Twilight Saga, I'm curious, what's your most memorable fan encounter?
I had one recently where someone yelled at me.
Where?
Yeah.
Like angry?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's why it was memorable. Did you say a good one? I was kind of fascinated by it, but I'll turn it over to someone who's good.
I've had a few fans, like 2 or 3, actually asked me to sign their arm or leg and then with my name and then actually get it tattooed, which scares me because it puts a lot of pressure on me, because if I end up not acting anymore, then they have this really bad tattoo on their arm. So I feel like I have to keep going, doing what I'm doing.
You can't pull a Prince and change your name anymore.
No, I can't do that either.
The artist formerly known as Peter Facinelli.
That wouldn't fit on her arm.
It's fantastic. Well, I mean, the fans over the years, I mean, have been utterly just amazing and so supporting. We wouldn't be where we are right now with all of you here in this room if it wasn't for their loyal devotion to these films. And there's definitely been some craziness. There's, you know, I think you need fan to spell fanatic. And there's some people that are that way. There's some that are just so sweet and so adoring. And it's one thing when they scream at you, you want to kind of run away. When people yell at you and start chasing you, I think your first instinct is to run the opposite direction.
I run towards them.
You run towards them?
Most of the time.
So that's a note for anyone. If you want to see Peter, just run at him.
Just yell my name, I'll come running to you. Yes? Did you want a picture?
I have a question for you guys. So I've seen that all of you guys have made these tremendous transitions since the beginning of the film and now until now. So Nikki, you're married. Jackson, you have your new project. Peter, you're working on Nurse Jackie, and you're in young adult. What can you say about working on this franchise that it has done for you, maybe professionally, maybe personally? What has it, like, honestly, what do you feel like the transition has been since the very beginning?
Well, I've learned one really important thing just in sort of observing the whole situation, which is fame does not mean success. And it's great being a part of something that's so, you know, well known, but we all have to do good work after this. And so that's sort of what I've taken away from that is, you know, it's coming to an end. And so now it's about what choices we're going to make and what we're going to do with our lives. And I've always done this thing where I put my life before my work. So it's not a lack of ambition. It's just a desire to live my life and know that I was only going to be 19 once and 21 once. And I moved away a lot while we were filming or in between filming. I moved to Greece to learn Greek. I lived in Russia for a bit. I wanted to do all the things that my brother, who's a year older than me, got to do because he was just a normal kid, and I didn't want to miss out on that. I guess I've learned to just have faith in you know, in the work, and hope that after this movie, people will have a little bit of respect and still want, you know, still desire to see me out there.
It's been an incredible learning experience. I think one of the most fascinating things that I really loved about doing this film series is working with so many different and diverse directors and people I've respected and I've seen their works over the years. I formed my own production company about a year and a half ago, and being able to learn from Wick and the amazing producers over at Summit, and just and learn from these directors. Every single one of them, you know, have a different style. It's so important for me as a young actor and a young artist to get to learn from the best in the business. And this time we had Bill Condon, and he just had such an amazing aesthetic. Like what the nightmare wedding sequences just blew me away. The blood and the roses. It's so well done. You know, like one thing when you read the book, you know, you always visualize things differently. You know, art is subjective, but the way he brought it to life, it's so phenomenal that I got to work with somebody of that caliber.